My stardoms is Dak versus Seattle. I mean, if y'all watched that Monday night game, y'all seen what Cam did against Seattle, then is Dallas at home during this game? I mean, I don't even care if they're on the road. Like,
they're on the road. They're on the road this week.
Cam on the road. Cam on the road put up MVP numbers against this defense, and he has way less weapons than Dak, and he doesn't have nowhere near the running back that Zeke is to open everything up in the passing game. So if Jamal Adams is playing in the box, and you got CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup out there one-on-one, then I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, I mean, it's gonna be a tough road out there. I would definitely, if you debating on, like, you know, starting Dak. I mean, everybody's starting Dak, but if you debating on starting Dak, then I would say, like, he's gonna have a huge game. He can finish with QB1 numbers. All right, Jerick McKinnon. I like Jerick McKinnon against New York only because the other two backs that he's really competing with are out for the next like 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, I got an update yesterday that Tevin Coleman is out for like 3 weeks, and I mean, I'm not like about 4 weeks. But the reason why, if you got Tevin Coleman, you can drop him. And the reason why you can drop him is because when Raheem Mostert went out, Tevin Coleman had 14 carries for 12 yards.
That is insane.
That is trifling.
Who are they playing?
That is trifling.
Who are they playing?
They were playing the Jets.
They were playing the Jets.
They were playing the Jets. That's trifling.
It's not like you playing Pittsburgh,
the Jets, bro. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. So Jerick McKinnon against the New York Giants. I mean, he's coming off of 2 ACL surgery, but he has 2 touchdowns in 2 games. Like, he looks pretty good. He converted a third and 30 last week. A lot of people don't know that. 3rd and 31 last week. My man ran for a 55-yard carry. He looks really, when he gets the ball, he looks really efficient. I could be like, you guys can say I'm being a little bit biased there if you're in my league, because he's definitely going to be in this week, but it is what it is. Like, I'm starting Jerick McKinnon. He got a good O-line. Trent Williams from my beloved Washington football team is looking like an all-pro left tackle out there. He's pancaking everything in his way.
And then McKinnon, let me talk about opportunities. Really McKinnon, like, all right, this past week he only had 3 carries, but he went for 77 yards and a touch.
With those 3 carries.
So this week coming up, he's going to get way more carries. I can see him definitely getting close to 13 carries.
Yeah.
13,
exactly,
15 carries.
Thank you.
So imagine
right there in the 13, 15 range. Yeah. And he's going to be productive.
So imagine he gets those, but he had 3 for 77.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it, just like we'll go back to really good teams.
And the matchup's very good, too.
Kyle Shanahan is really good at scheming up ways to get his running backs in space and getting his running back the ball. So I think that he's going to do well. Adam Thielen versus Tennessee. Tennessee's been I hate to say this because this is my defense, but Tennessee's been getting 8 up. Tennessee's defense has been getting 8. And for me, what I'm thinking is that I'm thinking that the game flow is going to allow Adam Thielen to have a big game, because I don't think that the Minnesota Vikings defense can stop a nosebleed, honestly. Like, they're terrible. Like, the Minnesota defense is not who we thought they was going to be coming to the year, and that's because they're missing their best pass rusher, Daniil Hunter. I mean, they got Yannick Ngakoue out there, but it's not what it's supposed to be. Like, it really is not what it's supposed to be. The next thing I would say Mike Gesicki. So if you're thinking about starting Mike Gesicki, this is the week to do it. Now, Jacksonville has been giving up points to the tight end at an alarming rate. So last week, Last week Jacksonville played my man Jonnu Smith, and Jonnu Smith had 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. The week before that, Jacksonville played. Oh my goodness, I'm getting stumped. Jacksonville played week 1.
They played the Colts.
They played the Colts week 1. Yeah, their defense is trash. I mean, I'm not even going to say that Mo Ali Cox had a good game or Jack Doyle. I don't even know if Jack Doyle was out there, but their defense as a whole is trash. And a lot of the passing game for Miami goes through their tight end, because Devontae Parker is a little bit banged up. Preston Williams don't look like Preston Williams from last year, but he's solid. But I think that Mike Gesicki has a really good game. Like, Mike Gesicki is a solid player. And I'm going to go to I'll start San Francisco 49ers defense versus New York Giants. The obvious, because there's no Saquon Barkley out there. There's no Sterling Shepard. It's Sterling Shepard, right?
He's out.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard's out. There's no Saquon Barkley. Like, if I got to worry about Devontae Freeman coming in off of 1 week of learning the offense, then I think that this is the week. If you have Devontae Freeman, wait. I'm not saying drop him, but just wait. Like, this is not the week. This is not the week. I'm not saying. I'm not saying like
Don't start him.
Don't start him. But don't start him against this defense, because even though they lost 2 like other best players, Solomon Thomas and Nick Bosa, they both on IR. Like, they both messed up their knees. Richard Sherman's not gonna be out there. Yeah, they did. They did. They lost a ton of people, but their defense is still their defense. Their defense is still their defense. They still had to adjust to like 14 points, and they got a touchdown in like garbage time. So you know what I'm saying? Like San Francisco versus a Saquon-less New York Giants team, I would definitely roll them out there and start them. That's actually like my number one defense in my rankings right there. San Francisco.
Who will be the start of the week?
The start of the week, it's gonna be pretty tough. The start of the week, I would say,
I might go Dak.
Probably Dak.
I'll
probably Dak, but I also say Adam Thielen. And the reason why I would say Adam Thielen is because I think game flow. I don't think the Minnesota defense is going to be able to stop the Tennessee Titans offense. They're too efficient. Like it's so efficient. I feel like Tennessee's offense, a lot of people are sleeping to where like they could potentially, the way that they run their pass run balance, like it's so like you don't know what's coming. And they got Derrick Henry, so if they run the ball, like it's potentially 4, 5, 4, 5. Like it's a first down every other play, and then they can dump it off to Jonnu. They can throw it deep to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown comes back this week, and Minnesota's corners are garb. Like we don't know who's playing out there. Outside of Harrison Smith, I feel sorry for you, son. But Harrison Smith is out there. I mean, he's holding it down, but it's only but so much he can do. So I would say Adam Thielen. I think Adam Thielen is in for a really big game. Dak Prescott saved a lot of people by running for like 3 touchdowns last
my
week.
quarterback start of the week this week. Quarterback start of the week. Ryan Tannehill versus Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, versus Minnesota.
Oh, they play Minnesota.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill
that's a
versus
great
Minnesota.
That's a great matchup.
You have Ryan Tannehill on your team.
Yeah, like it was a lot. It was a toughie between like putting Dak there or even Gardner Minshew.
No, Dak
versus Miami.
Dak definitely. Seattle's been giving up.
Yeah,
hella yardage.
Like Seattle was. They're terrible. Yeah. We're gonna move on to the sit-ems. We're gonna move on to the sit-ems. I got Jared Goff versus Buffalo. Jared Goff didn't look too good last week against Philly. I mean, outside of the 3 touchdowns he threw to Tyler Higbee, he really didn't look too efficient last week.
And they going up against a solid.
If you got another option, yeah, because their best wide receiver to me is Robert Woods, but he's gonna see a lot of Tre'Davious White out there, and I mean that just downgrades their passing game as a whole. And I would say to downgrade Deshaun Watson versus Pittsburgh. Don't temper your expectations. When I say downgrade,
I see two guys on here that's on my team. So when I say downgrade, you got me a little bit worried, man.
And you see, my
players up there too.
My players up there too.
I ain't gonna lie, John.
So
you should be worried.
You should be worried. You definitely should.
I'm worried. I'm worried, man. I'm worried.
Temper your expectations for Deshaun Watson.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with the downgrade because I'm
not gonna say sit him because. No. If he's your quarterback, you have to roll him out there. Like he can have a fantastic game. Yeah, you don't know what is going to happen, but
let me tell the folks.
But if he doesn't,
when you say downgraded player, that means like it's probably no way you can sit this player, but just don't expect much from this player. Like don't expect like a big game.
Yeah,
but you have to start him.
Yeah,
exactly. When he says downgrade, that's what he means. Like
that's exactly
you're going to start this guy, but it might not be good.
It might not be the week, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm going to even go Todd Gurley. Everybody knows that, I mean, at least gnarly, that I have Todd Gurley as my RB2. Like, he's locked and loaded. Like, I have to start this guy. But if I had another option, no. Not against Chicago. I mean, he had 14 carries to 60 yards last week. He's really, from what I've seen through the first 2 weeks of the season, he's really touchdown dependent. And it's kind of irritating if you have him on your team, but it is what it is. Like, I mean, he's capped out at 14 carries. He had 5 targets in the first week. He had no targets in the passing game, so he's not getting no PPR points. Even when they got to the
when he got the carries, when he got last week, he had 21 carries. Like that should be good enough to have a solid game.
Exactly.
But he only gave you 61 yards.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
Todd.
Like
he had 21 last week.
He had 21 carries. 21 carries.
21 carries. He had 21 carries last week. 21 carries, 60 yards. That's not good. Dallas.
That worries me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, Dallas done. Malcolm Brown and them ran all over them, so you can take it for what it is. Another player that I would downgrade this week is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is 100% a guy that you're starting. Like a lot of everybody out there watching, you drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire with your top pick.
Another one of my guys.
But versus Baltimore's defense, you have to temper your expectations. Like we can go back to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Like they both put up solid numbers, but not the numbers that you wanted them to put up against that defense. And I mean, they're going to be keying in on this young man. Like this young man He's playing a really good defense this week. So I'm saying downgrade him. Like, you're going to expect him to, it's my RB1, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, da-da-da. I'm not saying that he's not going to have a big game. I'm saying if he doesn't, it's expected that he doesn't.
And I'm worried. I'm just real worried with Clyde. I mean, last week, he only had 10 carries.
The Chargers' defense is good.
10 carries.
But I saw the Chargers' defense is good.
And I don't know what happened, but no.
Better days are ahead for Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
It will be. It will be.
This is a wait-and-see approach.
I seen a lot of Darwin Thompson out there this practice. Like,
the game flow depicted that, though. They were down like the whole game until they got to OT. They were. We was watching the game. Like, trust me, dog. Like there's a lot. Clyde Edwards-Helaire potentially could have a good game. I'm just saying downgrade him this week because they playing them. Like, okay, so I'll go to my wideout, Kenny Golladay. So if Kenny Golladay plays this week, sit Kenny Golladay for this week because he's going to see Patrick Peterson on every single play, and Patrick Peterson is locking up everything. Everything.
Hey,
like, Patrick Peterson
last year, Pat
is
Pete,
the guy.
I was like, damn, is Pat Pete done? But
no, Pat Pete is locking up. Pat Pete is locking up. I mean, granted, last week, I don't know if he followed Terry McLaurin or not. Terry McLaurin had 125 yards receiving.
But he got
a lot of it in garbage time, and that's what fantasy's about. And I don't see the Detroit Lions being completely out of the game, but I do see Patrick Peterson lining up in front of Kenny Golladay on almost every single play. Another player that I would say downgraded, DJ Moore, because he's going to see a lot. We'll go back to the Chargers defense. The Chargers defense has two of arguably the top corners in the NFL, Casey Hayward and is Jason Verrett. Chris Harris Jr. Chris Harris Jr. and Casey Hayward. So I mean, DJ Moore. Hopefully this is incorrect because he's on my team and he's my wide receiver 1, but I think that DJ Moore, like, I'm tempering my expectations for him. I'm hoping that he gets me to 10. I'm hoping he gets me to 11 in a PPR league. But at the end of the day, I mean, I can understand if he gets held in check because, you know what I'm saying, that's the way the game's going to go. Hopefully they're down big because there's no Christian McCaffrey out there. But there's another player that I have to start, but I'm tempering my expectations. Sit-ems, we're going to go to Rob Gronkowski. We touched on that earlier today. I would say drop him.
Drop him.
He should not be rostered.
Last week. Do you want to know his stats for last week?
No.
0 receptions, 0 yardage.
He has like 11 yards receiving for the year, doesn't he?
How
many yards receiving for the year?
11.
11 yards receiving through 2 games.
How many catches?
1,
2 receptions.
No, bro, no, exactly.
In 2 games.
Muster
in the whole,
like, come on, man.
In the whole 60 minutes.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Terrible, man. That's terrible. 120 minutes. This man has 11 yards. All right.
Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite us.
We'll go there. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, it can.
I had a replay moment.
I mean, hopefully he does, but I mean, Rob is not involved in that offense from what I've seen. Like, they're not throwing to the tight end. Bruce Arians throws to his wideouts. And they're getting Chris Godwin back this week with Mike Evans. Mike Evans had a good week last week. They about to just get back to where they were supposed to be week 1. They had a hobbled Mike Evans out there. Now they got a healthy Mike Evans. Come on, man. Like, I'm good on Rob, man. And they got O.J. Howard scoring touchdowns over there. I'm good. I heard somebody else's name. Another tight end scored over there.
They don't got Cameron Brett no more.
No, I don't think they probably do. Probably in the cut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, regardless, like, I'm not. I think if you got Rob Gronkowski, you should be looking at the waiver wire pickups and grabbing somebody, anybody. Now, I would say downgrade Evan Ingram. He's my guy that, of course, everybody out there, if you have him on your team, you're starting unless you have a better option. But Evan Ingram versus San Fran, Daniel Jones has not looked like Daniel Jones the preseason, and I mean, without Saquon Barkley, I don't think people are keying in on it. Yeah, I got you. And I don't think that too many right. I don't think too many people are keying in on their backfield. So I mean, I think that I feel like the best player on their offense is Evan Ingram, and really good players on really bad teams. Once again, that kind of goes hand to hand. Like, they're gonna be keen on that. So you downgrade him. He could have a big game potentially, and I can see a lot of garbage time in the San Francisco game. So you could start him there, but outside of that, I would downgrade him. I would sit the Buffalo Bills defense against the Rams because Miami just gave the Bills everything they needed. And if Miami's going to do that, then imagine what Sean McVay is going to do. Sean McVay is going to dial it up. He's going to get his playmakers in space, and he's going to create. Like, Tyler Higbee I don't see no answer for Tyler Higbee out there. Micah Hyde, I haven't heard much about Micah Hyde out there. Outside of taking Robert Woods out the passing game, I don't really see too much going on as far as Buffalo's defense stopping the Los Angeles Rams.
And this could be a big Cooper Kupp game.
This could be a really
big Cooper Kupp.
Let's pray on it. Let's pray on it.
Let's pray on it. White is going to be following. I mean, only because I say Tre'Davious White is going to be following Robert Woods because Robert Woods plays on the outside more than Cooper Kupp does. So I would say that there, and I would say another player to downgrade.
Defense
at your defense. I would say to downgrade New Orleans Saints, and I had to eat my words on the New Orleans Saints after week 1. I'm not gonna lie, but after I seen Derek Carr shoot him up like that on Monday night, and then you got Aaron Rodgers coming to town, like you got an elite quarterback coming to town, I would say downgrade them. And now the reason why I say downgrade them and not sit them is because if Devontae Adams doesn't play in this game, then it's a huge change. Like it changes the whole offense. Like it changes because Marcus Lattimore is going to be out there occupied with Devontae Adams the whole game. So if you got, I mean, they're going to be running these crossing patterns and all that. And Janoris Jenkins right now, I believe he probably leads the league in pass interference calls. Like I mean, the team leads the league in pass interference calls. So they're terror right there. But as far as that, if Devontae Adams plays in this game, you have to downgrade this offense because I don't think there's no answer for Aaron Jones. I think that wideouts are going to have solid games. So we'll go back to Allen Lazard and Marquez Valdes-Scantling, but I really think that if they couldn't stop the Oakland Raiders offense where their tight end is getting a 42% target share, and Brian Edwards, a rookie, and Henry Ruggs, a rookie, and Hunter Renfrow, did he go out?
Yeah, everybody was getting.
He went out.
Everybody was.
It was wide open.
Everybody was putting in work.
Wide open out there. They schemed it up, and I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to look at this film and take it and be like, this team is beatable. Like, this team is beatable on defense, and we're going to do our thing, and we're going to produce.
I got to say this about Oakland, though. This was their first game in Las Vegas.
So
they came to play. They didn't want to lose their home opener ever. This is the first game ever in this stadium.
I mean,
they came to play. I don't know if it's going to be the same this week.
I'm not going to say they looked at like I think Derek Carr looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, he did. But what's the first thing Derek Carr said?
Who do you think is
Derek Carr said in this interview? I couldn't let us lose our first game in Las Vegas.
You think Aaron Rodgers is going to let them lose in New Orleans? You taking Derek Carr or you taking A-Rod?
I'm taking A-Rod, but I'm just saying some games, bro, it's just like It's like when Katrina happened. There's no way the Saints weren't going to win the Super Bowl. Like,
and that Oakland Raiders
you know
team,
what I mean? Like they're playing for something.
Team is not better than this.
Like they brought their A game, bro.
They're gonna bring their A game, bro.
I don't know.
They're gonna bring their A game. They're gonna be like as long as Aaron Rodgers is calling the shots, they're gonna bring their A game.
And
I'll leave it right there. Like
I said, that's one that I'm struggling with as well. I'm struggling with it as well. Like so I can't.
But I'm just like
like it's just like damn. I see why this quarterback like they shut down Tom Brady in his first game with Tampa Bay. That's probably the only defense that's probably going to do that. Probably one of the only defenses. I mean, unless you're playing like Baltimore, Pittsburgh. The Saints defense is good, but they're playing an elite quarterback, and they showed me what they're going to do with an above-average quarterback last week, even though, just like you said, like it's a sentimental type of game. But,
overall, I agree with the list.